Danny, the clinic's gardener, has brought in his dog Misty after a freak accident at home.
Oh God. And it looks quite stressed, but also around her mouth you can see a lot of blood. The first challenge is going to be working out exactly where this blood's coming from. When a dog lunges, sometimes the tongue will come out. If that's happened, it could have been cut off. How you doing? Good. Danny, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Chris. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Is the dog that got a bit close to the trimmer? Come on through.
Hedge trimmer, I should say. Come on.
Danny, the clinic's gardener, has brought in his dog Misty after a freak accident at home.
So what happened?
I was just trimming up my hedge trimmer.
Yeah.
Just on the hedge, and she just ran in and snipped at it, snapped at it, sort of thing, and just bit the bottom of the blade.
Oh God.
And then,
Yeah, wow.
I thought to begin with I chopped a nose off or cut her lips open, sort of thing, the amount of blood that was everywhere.
That blade has cut right across her nose there. Yeah, it's got blood in her mouth too.
Well, there could be a tongue could have caught it as well.
Yeah. Misty looks quite stressed, but also around her mouth you can see a lot of blood. The first challenge is going to be working out exactly where this blood's coming from. The first check is inside her mouth, especially around her tongue. When a dog lunges, sometimes the tongue will come out. If that's happened, it could have been cut off.
Fortunately, Misty's tongue looks to be intact, but Chris is still worried about the deep cut to her nose.
It's obviously gone through that top layer, which is quite thick, and then down into the tissue underneath. Really, if she'd gone a half a centimetre further on, that would have taken her nose off. The problem we've got is that it's quite an open wound, and it's still spreading out. And as it swells, seeing as though the injury is quite recent, it will actually push those wound edges further apart. I really think the only option for her is to actually stitch that nose.
Okay.
If she continues to lick at it, then those wound edges aren't going to come together as we need them to. So the simple fact is, what she needs is an anaesthetic and stitches. Okay, so if you don't mind, I'll take it from you now. Cheers. Have you ever seen this before? A dog that's tried to attack an edge trimmer?
No, I haven't actually. So there's a first time for everything.
Yeah.
At the Marlin Coast Veterinary Hospital in Cairns, Chris is anaesthetising Misty.
Good girl.
The naughty border collie seriously injured her nose on a hedge trimmer.
So now Misty is anaesthetised. It's time to get her through to surgery and try to correct all the damage that hedge trimmer did. Okay, here we go. From what I can see right now, it seems like the entire left side of the nostril needs to be put back together and just a small section of the right. We should be looking at around 4 stitches to really bring this together. Whew.
But almost straight away, what Chris believed to be a relatively straightforward procedure has suddenly become a lot more complicated.
You can see now as I'm putting these sutures through just how deep that wound is. Wow, so that's going a lot further back than we thought. See, that's extending right into the back of the nose. We're going deep into the nostril there. So it's clearly one blade has come across, just clipped here and cut right into the side of the nose there, then continued on and cut through there. So, whew. You can see just how close to absolute disaster Misty has come here.
Misty will now need even more stitches in her lacerated nose.
This is a very small and a very sensitive area. So if I'm in any way off with my sutures, it will actually pull the nose off to one side. That's obviously not what we want here. All right, it's pretty good. The left side has actually come together pretty well, but now it's onto the right side. The challenge here is that we're now so far up this nostril here that I really can't see where the suture's being placed. You're really going more on feel. We're now 7 stitches in, and that really gives you a good measure of the fact that without stitches, this just would not have closed up. All right, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches later, we're done.
Finally, Misty's nose job is finished and the Border Collie can be taken off anaesthetic.
All Misty needs to do now is to sleep off the anaesthetic, and soon enough, Danny will be here to take her home. You rest up. You happy with how that looks and feels? Shall we go and cut the small talk? Right, let's go.
At the Marlin Coast Veterinary Hospital, Danny is waiting for his little mate, Misty.
Good is the boss.
The naughty Border Collie attacked a hedge trimmer and needed surgery to repair her nose.
Excited to pick her up. Hopefully she's all better now. Hopefully Chris has done the trick.
That way there.
Good, thanks. Misty.
Well, the tail's wagging. It's a good sign.
She's still in one piece?
Yep. What do you reckon?
Oh, well, I can't even see them.
So it took 9 stitches.
9 stitches?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And right on the inside of this right nostril, it was cut about 1 centimetre back. So on the side that didn't look too badly affected, that was actually where most of the damage was.
Misty is very neat. You could hardly see the stitches, but it's amazing that Chris was able to stitch it all up. I'm hoping now that Misty will stay away from my tools when I'm using them and sit back and watch instead of chasing them and biting at them. Thanks
Well, it looks
very
that
much.
she's keen to get going.
Oh, yes.
All the best, Dan.
Yeah, greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. I'm going to say I'm happy and even a little bit relieved that Danny thinks I've done a good nose job on Misty. And hopefully for Misty's sake, she's got a few days off the job from now on.
You love the show? Now check out a new experience at bondivet.com. With trusted pet advice, expert vet help, products and entertaining content, we're here to help 24/7.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen now to continue watching more great content.